Well, hello everybody, and welcome to yet another unscheduled live stream of mine. So, as this quarantine continues, I have nothing better to do. So, while the kid is asleep, I'm painting miniatures, and I just decided that I want to paint all my Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures. Yesterday and the day before that, I painted Red Skull and Black Widow. And today I really wanted to tackle this one since I think it's fairly easy to paint him and it will be a nice quick job. So yeah, let me just tell you what I'm going to do here. So I want to give you a fair warning. First of all, I am not like a pro painter or anything, so if you see mold lines, like I see a few of them on this miniature, I don't care about those. I don't care if all the holes are not filled with something, so I can smooth them down. I just want to paint miniatures. This is sort of amateurish work, so to say, so beware of that. And yeah, let's just start painting this octopus, Dr. Octopus. Okay, so today I have to shake it really well, but first we are starting with Iyanden yellow. And for these painting jobs, I'm mostly using contrast colors because I find they do a pretty decent job and you can be very quick about it. So let me just move this palette. We will not be needing it for now. And I find it fairly easy to paint the miniatures and everything. So yeah, so we are going to start with Yande yellow, and we are just going to paint his gloves. Now the colors I chose for this paint job are quite bright, so because I want these miniatures not to be gritty, because Marvel is always like more bright and happy than other worlds, and I'm talking about the movies, of course, Marvel movies, and I want to translate that into these paint jobs that I do. So I am going for a little bit brighter look. As you can see, these are going to be fairly bright colors. I like this yellow, even though I don't like that it leaves sort of orangey shade. I wish it would leave more of a white more of a yellow shade, but it is how it is. These contrast colors are really good if you want to paint miniatures fast and you still want to retain some quality of look. You want them to look nice and not look like they are bad job gone wrong. So yeah, I know I should have probably scheduled these painting videos that I do, these live streams, so you know in advance when I'm going to live stream and maybe you can join in or something, but I already talked about it in one of my other live streams. It is just not possible because I don't know if the kid is going to sleep, if I'll have time. Maybe I'll be sleepy because he did not sleep through the night, which still happens sometimes. So then I would probably go to sleep, so I would not do these live streams. And yeah, okay, I think this yellow looks cool. I have some orange to give these a little bit of glowing effect later. You'll see what I'm talking about when I come to it, but for now we're just going to do all the yellow parts of this miniature. Okay, so his boots are also yellow, and I'm going to try and be very careful when painting this miniature to not go over the other edges, because the less you have to repair, the better. That means that you will be done with the job sooner and you can go to another miniature. Now some people like to spend hours painting miniatures. I'm very impatient when it comes to it. I like them to be done as soon as possible because I get to lose a lot of attention while painting, so I get distracted. Okay, now I want to paint this other thing. Okay, I missed here a little bit. I think I'll probably come back later and fix it with some white color. So yeah, I usually tend to, when painting miniatures, I want to be done with the project because my mind will wander off to other projects, and I really want to avoid that. I had once, a long time ago, when I was playing Warhammer, I had a lot of unpainted miniatures because I would start with one. Few days later, if I'm not finished, I would abandon the project and start a new one. But if you are a painter at all, you know what I'm talking about. Every painter has a backlog of unfinished business and unpainted miniatures. It is, I think that's the way of living. So yeah, okay, these yellow look really nice. So yeah, uh, it is the painter's life after all to have lots of unpainted stuff. Okay, these, I thought I would have to use an orange to accent some of the glowing effects, but I guess I won't be needing to, there will be no need for me to do that. This looks fine as it is. Okay, now I have to go inside here just to give it a little bit of glow on the inside of his, what are these called in English? I'm not really sure. Okay, so the yellows are done. My god, that was pretty quickly, I must say. Okay, so now I want to do something with the base, because, and his things over here. Oh, I forgot one thing. Wait a second, I just remembered. He has this thing on the back. We should probably paint that yellow too. This thing here, it will look much better yellow than gray. It will give it a little bit of, yeah, that looks really nice. I am really happy how the yellow turned out on this miniature. Okay, as you can see, I prepared all the paints I'm going to use. At least I think I'm going to use. Sometimes when you start painting, you decide to go another route or something, so you do some things differently. Okay, no, I don't want to use that. I want to use Basilicanum Gray. So it is really nice gray tone, and we are going to do all of his metal parts with Basilicanum Gray. I just have to shake it very well, and I also need to go over the base. Few parts of the base I need to paint with this gray color. So I'm just going to use a bigger brush for this job because I want it to be done like as fast as possible. So I need a little bit more paint just to work them into those recesses. It's really not going in there. Yep, I did a little bit of mistakes. We'll have to cover that up later. Or is this some kind of metal thing here? I think I'll go with the metal over this part. Not sure why, but it will give some variation to the base, which is always a good thing. Okay, so this thing is done, and now onto his whatever they're called, tentacles. Tentacles is the right word that I was searching for. Now maybe I should go with the belt first. I want to give this some little more time to dry off, because I really don't want to these colors to start mixing one with one another. So no, I just go one by one of these. So yeah, I thought this would look much cooler than it looks now. I'm kinda not satisfied how it looks. Not that it's bad, but I expected it to look a little bit better. The problem with the round thing is really hard to paint all over it, at least with the contrast colors, and to look good at the end. It will probably look patchy on some places and not painted well, but as I already said, this is a quick paint job. Like, you want to keep some, you want to have some standard. You want it to look good, you don't want it to look bad, of course, but you're not going over the top to make it look good. You're just doing a semi good job. Okay, so now when it's done, I kind of even like it. I think it went okay. It turned out okay. At least one of these. I have to be careful. These one, you need to approach them from all the sides because they are closed, so they're really hard to paint, and I don't want it to stay white on any of the spots. And me painting these yellow things in here was probably worthless, as I can see that it's not showing anymore. Yeah, see, I missed just a little spot right underneath here, so this will happen probably. That's why I really don't like painting round stuff on miniatures, like staffs or like these tentacles or anything along those lines. I really hate when I need to paint something that is round, because there's always one angle that you didn't look for and you miss it and you see it afterwards, and I am lazy to go and cover it up, so I sometimes just leave it, like, who will notice? But then at the end I know it's there, so it bugs me, and I usually just tend to come back and redo it if it's necessary. But yeah, okay, this is going pretty nice. I have to be careful around this yellow. I don't want to redo stuff over here because I like how it turned out on the first go, so I want to keep it that way. Okay, this miniature has some really nice details, I must say. Really like some of the stuff and how it looks. See, now I need to be like super careful. Yep, I went a little bit in there, but it's okay. So I just need to check it out from all the angles. Okay, I don't see that I missed on anything, so we can continue painting the rest of it. Okay, but first of all I just need to switch out for a little smaller brush, because around here I can really use a smaller brush for more precision in paint control, because I really don't want it to go into that recess and paint that nice yellow that we just did. And of course it's much easier around these places here to just keep it in line. As you can see, my hands are pretty shaky. I have a really shaky hand. Some people, when they see my hands shaking and they know I paint miniatures, they tend to ask me, how do you paint with your shaky hands? And my answer is, I don't know. I just kind of manage to stabilize them when I need them to be like more stable, but in essence they are really shaky. So yeah, okay, there's that. And if you hear me blowing my nose or something, I apologize for that, but I have some really bad allergies going on, and I can't do nothing much about it because we are on a lockdown, only necessary things in a hospital and all that. So Oh, Slaven is here. Sorry, man, I completely missed that you left a comment. He says, awesome looking. Thank you, my friend. I know that you are also painting, maybe right now, who knows. Slaven, you maybe saw him on some of the videos we did together, some of the top lists and all that. And some of those funny videos that we did back in the day when I was a young man and I had no child, so I could spend times filming goofy stuff on this channel. But once the kid goes to school, that's in like 10 years, yeah, 7, not 10, then we are going to resume that. We are going to probably resume that much sooner. I just need to set everything up. So yeah, Slaven is currently painting the Monumental board game that he got from Kickstarter that I am jealous of not backing, because that game plays wonderful, miniatures look just gorgeous, and yeah, it is just looks like a wonderful game. But apparently they are coming on a Kickstarter with the expansion or something, so I guess I'm gonna jump on that train, because I really like the game, like really like the game. It is from one of the designers that I really like, designer that did the game that is highly underrated, and the game is called what's the name of the game? Jesus, I completely forgot. Okay, highly underrated game that I really like, that I completely forgot the name. It is called Elysium. Yeah, Elysium, great game. Monumental, also a great game with really nice miniatures, nice gameplay and everything. But yeah, we don't want to talk about that, because we are now painting these crazy good looking marble miniatures that are really hard to assemble. Now, I, as an experienced Warhammer player that I assembled more than few armies through my life, through my 10 years of board games and everything, I had really a lot of hustle, don't know what the correct word would be, to paint all these to assemble all these miniatures. Some of them were really hard to assemble. I had like not so good time painting those, assembling those. Oh my god, I'm mistaking words for words. Okay, so I think that the grays are almost done. I need to switch to smaller brush for the belt, and then we can go with the green and with the face. Oh, I need to do the face first. I need it to dry up so I can do the glasses and everything. So yeah, the Slaven says, yep, he finished his Chinese army set, and the game is coming to Kickstarter. Or no, this game is, no, you mean this Marvel game? No, I was talking about the Monumental, that it's coming to Kickstarter with the expansion and everything. This one you can get anywhere you want. You can find it in stores. This was not a Kickstarter or anything. I was talking about your game, Monumental, coming to Kickstarter. Okay, now I just want to finish the belt so we can proceed with the greens, or on his arm, or on his like uniform, or however you want to call it. So yeah, okay, now here comes the part where I really want to be as neat as possible. I really don't want my shaky hands to ruin something that I really did nicely on the first go. So I think we are out in the clear, looking good. Yep, I don't want to touch it up anymore. It's looking good. Whew, that was close. Yeah, I would just want to reply to Slaven. Yeah, Slaven, I have this game for this. I got this from my Secret Santa on a Board Game Geek, but I did not bring it to a club or anything because I want to paint it up first and play it painted. So that's the idea. Okay, I think this went well, and the grays, all the gray things, colors are done, and now I want to go and do the face first. Face, then hair. What kind of color is his hair? I don't think I prepared any color for his hair. I think it's brown. Yeah, it is brownish color. So I don't have. Okay, I have some brown here somewhere lying around. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is what we are going to use, but first we're going to go with the Gilliman flesh for his skin, and we are going to try and avoid these glasses that he has. I want to try out something and see how it will look. So we are just going to try and paint the face, and then afterwards we are going to do the glasses with the black, with the pure black, and we'll see how it will turn out. I have an idea what I want to achieve. I'm not sure if it's going to pan out okay, but we'll see. That's the beauty of painting that I was talking about yesterday. I'm repeating myself throughout the videos. That's not good. So yeah, I think this will look okay. Yep, I like how it turned out. So I'm deliberately leaving the glasses unpainted because I want to do this like rosy look that he has, like rose glasses or something. Not sure how to explain it correctly. Okay, I'm going to use quickly just a Space Wolf gray just for this manhole cover, because I want to differentiate it a little bit from this gray on the base already. It is like a bluish gray color, so it will look nicely one against another, but it will look a little bit of different, and maybe I will go with some of the browns afterward just to give it like a rusty look maybe or something. I'm not really sure if I want to do that, so yeah, we are just going to go and do it like this. Now when I'm seeing this bluish grayish color, I think that his tentacles should be this color. It would look much better if it was this color. Yeah, I could repaint it now and try to do it like this, but I really want to be done with this in under the hour, so that is not an option. So we are just going to go and slam some color on this main cover like so, and just pull it in a few places to give it a little bit of like shade, like it's shaded on some places more than on the others. And I really wanted that to dry up when we get to a base, so I don't mix colors together or anything. Okay, now we are going to go finally with the Warp Lightning Green, and we are going to paint his uniform. Okay, I really need to shake it up because I didn't use it in quite some time now. So yeah, now you can see they're both like grayish, but this has like a blue tone to it. So okay, I think it is shaken well enough to be painted. Okay, so we are going to start with his pants, and then maybe go first with the harder stuff like around here, and like around here and all that. I know that my camera angle is not the best, so most of the time you don't see what I'm doing, but it is how it is, and it will change up in the future. I will try and make it like a little bit more easy for you to view from different angle, but I have to get some equipment first, and then we'll see what can be done about that. But for now you'll have to endure with me in this little bit awkward view. Okay, I'm liking this green. I was not sure about it. It is a little bit too greenish maybe, but Dr. Octopus is green, so his uniform is like a light green. Maybe this one is a little bit darker than I expected. If it was a little bit lighter green, it would definitely look better, but I'm liking it as it is, not saying that something's wrong. Even if it is, I cannot really repair it because I am now committed to this green and it will have to do. But I really like painting with these contrast colors. They prove to be a really good ally if you want to paint fast and still have a decent looking miniature. So yeah, I want to be really careful about this part here because I don't want to go over the gloves or anything. This is after all the top part that everybody will see on the miniature. I see that some yellow went on the places where it shouldn't be, but I'm lucky that this green is really covering nicely over it, so I don't have to go and repair stuff. So I guess that slip up that we had on a boot we will not try and repair. We're just going to go with the green over it and everything will look alright. Okay, so far so good. I'll have to go with the yellow to finish this glove. I missed that part here, most definitely. Need to go and repair that once I'm done with the green. But so far I think he looks really good. Of course the colors here on the camera as I'm looking them, they look way different than in real life. This yellow is more bright, so have that in mind, that these colors might not look the same when you start. If you want to use this scheme, maybe use these colors, use this video as an idea how you want to paint your Dr. Octopus, and then you get a little bit of different results. So be aware of that what you see on a camera is not always what it looks like in real life. Since my camera settings are probably not good, I said I'm gonna toy with it, but I don't understand photography that much to know what to try and handle with. Maybe with the saturation, maybe with the warmth, but then when I look at the screen it looks super unnatural, like really looking unnatural from the real life. So these settings, these automatic settings that I get, I just correct with the zoom and all that, with some of the exposure, but mostly leave everything as it is because I find it's the best representation, even though it is not the accurate one. Still looks much better than whatever that I try to come up with custom handling with the camera. Okay, we are almost done with this green, and all we have left is hair and the glasses, and we are done. And as I told you, I want to keep this under an hour, even with the talking and all the rambling and everything, and I think it's doable. We are at the 30 minutes mark right at this moment, which is cool. Okay, I need more shadows here definitely, so I'm just gonna leave some paint here. So yeah, I'm just checking out if I missed any spots or anything, but everything looks painted. Maybe along this line, just a few little touch-ups, but yeah, he is almost done. Well, this green was super easy to do. I thought I had much more issues with it, but it turns out it goes really smoothly. Okay, now while we wait for this green to dry up, we are going to go with the contrast wildwood, and we are just going to go over his hair. Now this is a pretty dark brown, so I'm just going to try and get as little on the brush as possible, so I don't overwhelm the miniature with the brown, so we can see some definition of his hair, because this brown, as I said, is pretty dark and his hair has more of a light brown look. I don't have contrast color in light brown, it does not exist. Otherwise I would get it. I really wish that contrast color has a light brown version, but who knows, they might make it one day. I presume they are working on new colors in GW, because these contrast colors are just working wonders. You can get a really nice miniature with so little effort. Okay, this looks super cool. I like this brown on his head, looks really nice. So it turns out that I will not need a Griffhound orange. I wanted to do orange parts, but this yellow already has enough of the orange that I really don't need to put any more orange on this miniature. Okay, now I'm going to try the Magus Purple. Even though it looks like it's really dark purple, it should be like a rosy purplish color. I just have to mix it really well, since I rarely use it, so all the pigments pool down here. So as you can see, when I turn it, all the pigments are still stuck at the bottom, and you really need to shake it well to steer them all around the bottle. And so I'm going to go with the tiniest brush that I have, since I don't want to pool color in here. I just want to paint it that it looks like it is rose inside. And now when I'm looking at it, it looks the same as the skin color. Really a so subtle difference that is barely noticeable. I think that you on a camera would probably not see any difference. Are the insides of his glasses rose or the skin color? There's really no difference. So this was a sort of failed experiment, since I was really hoping they will look like rosy, like rosy rose colors, but they are not, so it is what it is. Okay, just a little bit of touch up with yellow color on the places that I missed on a first pass. So we have these fingers here. I saw some of it missing here, here, just on a few places. I want to put some more shadows around here, so I'm just gonna add one circle of orange just to give it like a little glowy look right? Looks cool. We are going to do that on the back also. But as far as I see, there's really no more places to touch up. Everything looks like the color it should be. Okay, I know underneath here I missed. See, underneath his arms I completely missed. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, nobody will know that it's not painted underneath, but I know, so I need to fix that one as much as I can. Okay, the yellows are done. Everything now just for the base. And for the base, oh man, I messed up a little bit, but okay, it's going to be fine. We're going to do eyes, and then we are going to wait for the thing to dry up. So I have Agarish Dunes that is very similar to Skeleton Horde. It is just a little bit darker color, and as on the Black Widow here, let me just show you. As you can see, this raised part is a little bit darker than the lower part, and I want to do that on this miniature too, because it just gives it a little bit of different look, more visually interesting than if everything is just one same color. So we are going to go with the Agarish Dunes over these upper parts, and then when it's all dried up, we are going to go with Skeleton Horde over it once more, just to darken it a little bit more. Okay, so we just do it like so, and we need to do it on this inner part here. Just want to be careful not to go too much on the other part where it should be like brighter. Now I need to, I'm not sure if you are going to see this, because I need to really take a super weird angle with my brush to hit this place. I glued him a little bit too closer to the ledge, so but it is done, and it looks cool. Okay, so we did that with the Agarish Dunes. Now we need to do with the Skeleton Horde around all the other thing, and once we finish with the glasses and everything. Okay, but Skeleton Horde will have to wait, because we need to wait for this thing to dry off. And while we are waiting for that, I'm gonna need my palette, and I'm just going to use a black color to paint a rim of the glasses. Now this will be a feat to achieve, since my shaky hands are really not good for this job, but I'm going to try it nonetheless. I really want to see if I can do it, and if I can't, well, let it be so. Okay, now this will be a slow, steady process of me trying to paint Dr. Octopus rim. Yep, paint is not flowy enough. I need to make it a little bit more flowy. So I think, okay, I already messed up a little bit, but I think it won't be noticeable. So I'll just continue and see how the end result will look, and then we'll see if I want to redo it or something. Okay, so far it is kinda okay look, but this is very, very hard to do. I really hate myself for making it, for even trying this. I should definitely have done this before with the contrast colors and then just go with the white over the places that I messed up. Now when the miniature is finished, you really don't want to mess up on it. Okay. Now I cannot talk and paint at the same time when it's something this is really not something that I'm used to doing. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm not focusing the miniature and the camera and everything, but I really need this to be done correctly, and then you can view the finished product. This looks terrible. I don't know, maybe the glasses are not sculpted correctly. Or I missed something. Oh no, suddenly everything looks good. Don't mind me one bit. Okay. Okay, I think I'm done. And I think I did a good job. Wait, let me just clean the brush and let you be the judge of it. Okay, so do these glasses look okay to you? Do you see the rosy effect that I did? Nope, I cannot see it either when I'm watching at the camera. So yeah, weird stuff. But overall, I think the miniature looks really nice. The details are of course stunningly good, but the painting job I really like. I know I'm boasting my own feathers, or whatever the correct term is, but I really like how it turned out. Okay, so we are ready to, I will just remove the palette for a second. I will need it. I will need that black later to paint the rim of the miniature, but for now we are going to go with the skeleton horde, and we are going to paint the base of the miniature. And yeah, it is just a quick job, nothing special about it. You just take the paint and drive it in all the spaces. And just watch to not hit on the miniature, because it would be a shame to ruin a job well done painting it. Now the contrast paints are really not good for the big flat surfaces. That's something that I noticed, because the brush strokes are way too obvious sometimes. But if you are confident enough, or if you don't care like me, you can maybe try and work them in your advantage, but you need to be careful to not overdo it. Like you see, I really overdid it here. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and make some of these like differences here so it doesn't show up that much later. And this Agar's dunes looks like it's all dried up, so I'm just going to go with the skeletal horde one layer over it, just to darken it a little bit more and make it look different from that bottom part. And just now realized that there is a part of the base here that it's not painted. Need to be very careful not to mess it up, but I think I did okay. Okay, that would be almost almost done. So now all we need is we need to bring back the palette, we need to bring back the black and just paint the rim of the miniature, and we are done. So first things first, we're going to go with the bigger brush just to quickly go over the rim of the base. Need to water it down a little more just to give it a nice flowy look when it's done, have this nice set and finish. And yeah, once we are done with that, this paint job is complete, and I'm really rushing now, but I would say that this was done in under an hour. We have 15 minutes left to finish this model, and I think it's doable, so I will not be in a hurry as I started to paint like super quickly, because if you joined just now, I kind of gave myself a goal to finish all these models in under an hour if possible. If not, it's not, but if it's near an hour, if it's hour 10, hour 15 minutes, I would still say it counts, at least in my book. But yeah, okay, so we're done with this part of the rim. Now I just want to do this little upper part of the rim with the black, but I'm gonna switch to a little bit smaller brush just because I want to be really neat about it and not mess up the base of the miniature, like I did on a Black Widow. I did mess up a little bit, and now I'm lazy to go and repair it. So, but I think that it's not really showing. People would probably not notice it even if I told them where it is. So yeah, I think this dock turned out really nice. And I really like that they already provided you with these scenic bases, so you don't have to figure out on what basis, what type of base should you make them stand on. Like, is it going to be like ruined city or maybe gravel or whatever? So you already have the setting and everything made up for you, which is a plus in my book, if you ask me. Since I'm really bad at basing, I know there are some great tutorials on YouTube and I watch them, but whenever I do base, whatever I think of, it turns out just not good looking. Okay, just wanna go with this, and we can go one. I have some black left. We can go like one quick pass around the base, since it's almost all dried up, just to give it a little bit smoother, nicer finish. So just quickly go over the entire rim of the base and we are done. Okay, that is that. Miniature is complete. Okay, sorry about the sniffles and everything. As I already told you, it's not the coronavirus. I have some allergies going on, so yeah, exciting times. I never have been allergic to anything, and now all of a sudden I'm constantly sniffling and stuff like that. Okay, so 49 minutes with some talking, with some thinking what we are going to do, how we are going to paint stuff, and yeah, this miniature is complete. It's not the best job you ever saw, They are far better painters than me, the painters who remove the mold lines and everything. But I think if you want to start painting, these tutorials, sort of tutorials, are made for the people that are just starting to paint, just to show them that even though you are not super skilled, you don't have all the brushes and all the paints and everything. If you have few paints, and if you have some semi-expensive brushes, you can do a really nice job with a little bit of effort, a little bit of care. You can be painting like this. So yeah, that is that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for sharing this video, maybe if you share it elsewhere. And yeah, that is that. See you maybe tomorrow, if you are watching this on the March 21st 2020. Tomorrow is 22nd of March, and maybe I will be painting another miniature, who knows. So yeah, until next time, pozdrav.